gentlemen, your sixth storyteller of the evening. Put your hands together and keep it going for one of our regulars, Bill Krieger. Yes.
I just don't love you enough. Those were the words I heard as I stepped out of the shower, soaking wet, no towel in my hand. And the first thing that came to my mind was, has it been 28 days already? That can't be it. So I'm thinking, she doesn't love me enough to get over all this hair that I seem to have grown. She doesn't love me enough to get over my 50-year-old body. And as I looked at her, I realized that enough was just kind of the candy coating. What she was really saying was, she just didn't love me. And thus was the end of my second and 17-year marriage. And I remember a few days later, I had a lunch date with a friend of mine. And we're walking out of the building to go get some lunch, and man, I just unloaded with this story about how I am never getting married again, and love is just stupid, it doesn't exist. And what kind of an idiot would believe in this crap? 2 failed marriages, and this woman's telling me she's not loving me, and I just went off. And I'm sure my friend thought I was insane. And a few weeks later, I had lunch with that same friend and another friend of ours. And my friend was lamenting about how she had tickets to a football game, but no one would go with her. She had asked everyone that she knew, and no one, she's listing all these people, relatives, dead relatives, people in other countries, and I'm thinking to myself, she didn't ask me. So our other friend pointed this fact out, and she gave me that look, you know, where she goes, you wouldn't want to go to a game on Saturday, would you? And I thought, well, yeah, hell yeah, I would. So we go to this football game, and I show up late, of course. We go into the game, we drink some hot chocolate, we talk about our families and our lives, and I have a wonderful time. And at the end of the game, she says to me, you want to come back and tailgate with us? And I'm thinking, oh, that's an excellent idea. So we go back at the tailgate, and we get bowls of chili, and we're standing there eating our chili, and there's like 50 people that I don't know any of them. And she looks at me and goes, hey, my ride's leaving, I gotta go. Okay. So she hops in this Tahoe with some other people that I don't know, and I'm standing there eating my chili, trying to figure out how the hell I'm gonna get out of this tailgate and not look like a complete idiot. So I get out of the tailgate, I jump in my truck, and what do I discover? She has accidentally left some things in my truck. So I take that as a sign. I don't know if it's from God or who, but I take it as a sign. And we go to lunch again, and she forgets her stuff in my truck again. And one thing leads to another, and pretty soon I find that we're dating. Now, for a guy that doesn't believe love exists, I don't know what happened, but now we're dating. And it's the middle of winter, and she convinces me to break into her father's house and steal a cedar chest. Now, her story is the cedar chest belongs to her, and she knows the code to the garage, so it's not really breaking and entering. But her dad's not there, and I haven't met this guy, and the last thing I need is an ass beating on a winter evening while I'm stealing a cedar chest. So we go to the house, and we break in, and she feels the need to show me every room in this house. And all I'm thinking is, I really just want to get the hell out of here before your dad comes home. I feel like I'm in high school again. So we go down to the basement, we find the cedar chest, we drag this thing up the stairs. I think we broke the door going out to the garage, throw it in the back of the truck, and we make our escape. No one's the wiser on this. We get back to her house, and she decides that she wants to go through the cedar chest. And I'm thinking, well, I've got nothing better else to do. I broke into her dad's house, we might as well go through the cedar chest. And there's all kinds of cedar chesty things in there, right? Like half a rabbit pelt and a fox's head. And I'm thinking, what have I gotten myself into? Because there's a body in here somewhere. But there's also some letters from her relatives and some costume jewelry and some really meaningful things. And one of the things that's in the cedar chest is this crown. And it's hand beaded with pearls, and it's white, and it's faded, and it's not shiny anymore. And she explains to me, she's Greek, she's very Greek. And she explains to me that this was her mother's wedding crown, and when you get married in the Greek Orthodox Church, the couple wears these crowns, and they're tied together. It's a really beautiful ceremony. And she puts this crown on her head. And I swear to you, the crown isn't tattered or torn or diminished in any way. It's shiny now, and so is her face. And I don't know if you've ever heard it said that, right before you die, your entire life flashes before you. Well, when I looked at her wearing that wedding crown, my entire future flashed before me. And what I found that night was that I really did know that love existed, because I loved this woman more than anything I've ever loved. And you know what? She loves me too. She loves me enough to overcome this hairy body that I have. And she loves me enough to tell me that she loves me every day. She loves me more than enough, actually, and I love her more than enough too. So that really only leaves one part of the story untold, and that's a question. And the question is, Alexis Marina Popoff, will you marry me?
I knew that was going to happen.